Vanny, bring me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone! I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
No one is to stone anyone until I blow this whistle.
You can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Lord, you can imagine where it goes from here.
Hello and welcome back to the Zedos Gang Podcast, and we're gonna make things move very quickly here because I want to get back to the conversation we just had before this podcast started. Joining me is Leo Van Damage from the What's the Damage podcast, and we were having a discussion about John Wick. And
actually, we were having a discussion about responsibility, and people's reality, and how my sister, people want to buy her a puppy, and I think it's a fucking dick move to just give somebody a puppy without ever discussing it with them, which brings me onto John Wick's wife, John Wick's dead wife, and how I said to you, I think she's a bit of a dickhead, because you can't just throw that responsibility on somebody. Like, you made a point, you're like, I get that he needed, like, a physical concept to do that, but, like, that's like somebody being like, here's my fucking, here's my kid. Like, I don't want to inherit your fucking, like, your kid when you die. Like, yeah, that's why I'm nobody's godparent. Like,
yeah, exactly. I said the same thing to my mate. So, her name's Catherine, and she just calls me out of the blue. Can you be the godfather to my daughter? I said, well, no, not really. One, I met your daughter at least twice in the space of 7 years. What? Why me? She said I was a nice person and this and that. And that. Well,
I love how it's like, oh yeah, you're really nice, and I'm like, well, bitch, you don't know me. You don't know the shit I jack off to you later, right?
That I didn't say to her, but
that's what I really said. How can you say you think I'm a nice person? Do you know what happens in the deep recesses of my pornographic fucking history? You don't know that shit.
But that was my point. I said, well, you know me through a sense of memes, but that's all you know about me. You don't know me in any other way. So
what happens if a kid breaks or ends up being an asshole? That's on me. I don't want to fucking do that.
Yeah. So well, no. Thanks for thinking of me, but no, I don't want your kid.
Was she offended?
Yeah.
Fuck her. Whatever.
I didn't speak to her for about 4 or 5 years after.
So this is it. So you turned around and you were like, listen, I don't want to be a godparent. It's harder to look after a dog than it is to look after a godparent.
Yeah.
Also, like to be a godparent. Like, and this is what I said. I said that's like when I was saying to my mum that she wanted to buy my sister a dog, and my sister's an adult. For people who don't know, she lives alone and she's an adult. So I'm like, get her a fucking cat. Don't get her a dog. If you get a dog, that's literally like me turning up, having a baby, turning up at a random person's house, and be like, this is your responsibility now. Yeah. That's why it's so hard to adopt kids. Because they want to make sure that you're willing to take that responsibility.
Exactly.
And that you're not an arsehole, so these kids don't grow make other arseholes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I totally agree.
That's why I truly believe there should be a test, that you should have to have a test
to have kids.
To have kids. Because I would totally have failed.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. You more or less, you've got a job, you feed your kids, you're responsible. You're a responsible human being. That's all that's necessary.
I'm not gonna lie. There are times where I'm kind of like, maybe I should turn this anime off. Like, man. I was like, maybe Guyver's not appropriate.
Oh, come on, man!
With a toddler in the room. Nah, I can't. I mean, like, I wouldn't do that with a kid or anything. But there are. I mean, fucking my partner's a teacher.
Yeah.
And the words, like, she's had to report kids for coming into school, children, not real, like, sort of like 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, for playing Call of Duty. Yeah, but then you think about it, an 8-year-old shouldn't be killing insurgents, like, it's like, when I was 8, I was fucking jumping on turtles. Do you get what I mean? Like,
and Mortal Kombat.
Oh, no, I couldn't afford Mortal Kombat. I was too poor.
No, but you did.
Yeah, play. But I played Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Street Fighter was my one.
Back in our era, that was Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. It's killing our kids' brains.
Yeah, but there's a difference between a fucking ninja a ninja like ripping out someone's spine or freezing them, as opposed to giving a kid like training a kid how to use a fucking M15, M16.
Oh well, no. See what you've done. You've put reason into.
I'm sorry, bringing people into reality. Like, I'm just making a point. One of them, like, if you give a kid Call of Duty, like, have you played Call of Duty 2?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So here's an interesting thing you may not know. When you do you remember the scene, the iconic scene in the airport when you go through?
Yeah.
You know you can play that level out without killing anybody, right?
Yeah, but
everybody shoots people.
Yeah.
It's like your instant reaction is to kill things. That talks to like a real deep, inherent like dinosaur primal prehistoric part of your nature.
Right.
To kill, like, and also slightly psychotic. I don't want to wake that up in the mini version of me. Like.
Well, I mean,
I wake up sometimes and my infant son, my 4-month-old son, will be staring at me.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be awake, and I'll wake up in the morning when I go to work, and I look at him and I go, "What the fuck is this kid looking at?" Like, he's plotting my demise.
That's a dark thought in itself, man. Jesus Christ.
Kids are scary, man. They have like, the thing is, yeah, until you reach about maybe 10, you don't have this empathy thing. Like, you know, like I've seen kids like step on other kids' throats and stuff in the playground.
Yeah, because they don't know the concept.
Yeah, but they don't understand the concept. So they're these little psychopaths that just walk around and kick things and break things without any want, with all want and abandon. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So you got these little kids walking around destroying the world, right? And that's why you don't give a kid a handgun, because he doesn't understand the concept of what a handgun is. So it's the same concept of giving a fucking 8-year-old a controller with a trigger on it and like, here, shoot these other insurgents. It's like almost like brainwashing.
I see what you mean.
That's why there are age levels on shit. You can't.
I see what you
know
mean.
What I mean?
But I mean, I know this is a long stretch here, but going from my era, I mean, I watched Terminator when I was pretty young. I watched all the films that I shouldn't have watched when I...
Yeah, but that's based in reality. Like, you weren't watching fucking... You know, you weren't watching Saving Private Ryan when you were 8.
Sure.
Because no one's going to make... Because that's based in reality. But if you're watching Terminator, you're like, your childlike mind...
You're separating...
You'll separate, you'll go robot, people,
yeah,
situation. Like, that's how you break it down into its core mechanics,
it's basic
right?
fundamentals. Yeah.
But if you're like, oh my god, I'm watching Basic Instinct at fucking 8 years old, there's so many moving parts in that film that will fuck you up, and that's why I'm so fucked up, because I was watching films like that when I was a child.
I don't think that's a thing. I think a psychopath can be anyone without having any access to any media whatsoever that has an influence on you. You could watch animals killing each other, but I should do that to my brother.
You're fucked up.
No, but it's true.
Yeah, but no. Okay, so we're going down this whole nature.
I know we're going down the rabbit hole.
Nature versus nurture. I'm just saying that I don't think it's appropriate to give a kid a controller and be like, here, go shoot some brown people.
Sure,
like, I don't think it's a good idea. Because that's essentially what that is. This is like, oh, yeah, it's like everything's got a tinge of brown and green, and they're all brown people. Go forth and kill everyone that doesn't speak colloquial English.
Okay, so I see what you mean. I do see what you mean.
Anyway, back to the original point. I think John Wick's wife is a bit of a dickhead. For giving
John, she died there.
She left him a dog, but that's why. That's kind of like haha, I'm dead. There's nothing you can do. Do you know what that is like? I'm just spoiling it for you. You see Game of Thrones? You watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Okay, right. You know
spoilers coming up.
Spoiler alert, guys. You know when the chick from the Vale, when Jamie comes in and she drinks the poison.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. By the way, I ghosted Joffrey, and he's like, fuck, I can't do nothing now. Yeah. Like you got it. You got me.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That's what she's like, nah, what's the last... Like, you don't know
that's having the last love. That's
you
what
don't know.
that is.
You don't know what their relationship was like. Just before they broke up, she might just be like, fuck you, John, you little dick, I don't like you, you know?
Yeah.
And me and Tyrone and his big dick, you know, why is Tyrone gotta be black? I don't know. Because he fucking is. I don't know.
Wow, we've really gone down a weird.
No, because we're still on the subject of why she left him the fucking dog. I think I think it's a dick move, and that sort of like leaves, like, if you die and you're a close relative and you don't leave me like a property or money, then you didn't like me.
Sure. Okay.
Like, that's not true. But I mean, what I mean is, it's like, I just don't, like, I wouldn't want to hand someone over my luggage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I'm not gonna I wouldn't like will my kid to you, Joe, when I die, because I'd be like, Joe don't want to deal with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, how many films do you see when that happens? Like, what's that film, Hunt for the Wilder People?
Oh, right, yeah.
When he's like, fuck this kid. But maybe, you know, then they have like, they have some like, you know, strong little bond, and then they work it all out at the end. But still, it's kind of weird. Right?
Yeah,
and I'd be pissed. I don't want to fucking do this shit. I never asked for this.
Let me tell you about Hunt for the Real Film. Sam Neill's playing the exact same. No, well, sort of.
Exact same character of Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I know what you're saying. Because he's like, fuck these kids. I don't want to fucking be around these kids. Because he's like, I've inherited this shit. And the thing is, he inherited it, right? When they're like, they already know how to shit and clean their own ass. So, like, she gave him a puppy. That puppy, like, look at John Wick. He's got a nice house. He's fucking nice everything, right?
Well,
he's going to put that fucking dog into his 1966 fucking fastback and starts chewing his levers. Do you think he's going to be like, oh, I still miss my girlfriend from Blue Bloods? No, he's going to be pissed.
From Blue Bloods?
Because that's where she's from. I don't know her name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about there.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, this fucking piss off me a dog. Do you know how expensive these fucking seats are? I'm going to be like, fuck the urn. I'm going to throw that shit down the drain. Take it to the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland and spray it there. It's just because it's one of the most places that people scatter ashes in Disneyland is the Haunted Mansion.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Wow, that's a first for this
People
podcast.
write letters to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And they ask to scatter ashes there, and Disneyland refuses every single one. But that still doesn't stop people from trying to drop a handful of their relatives' ashes somewhere. To the point where I know people that worked at Disneyland, the cast as they call them. And yeah, so those people, like, they have a contingency plan. If that happens, they have like hoovers that will hoover up your dead rat.
No way.
Obviously, they can't get everything, but yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's dead people in Disneyland.
Ooh. More ways than one.
Yeah.
No.
But anyway, John Wick's wife, she's a dick.
Yeah, but again, just to finish that off there, she must have known what world he was from, and so knowing his character.
But that's another thing, innit? Like, you know when women were like, well, I thought he was innocent. I didn't know he was like that. I was like, where do you think the money's coming from? Where do you think the money? Do you think this is funny money? It's coming from somewhere.
She definitely knew.
Like, he doesn't wake up 9 to 5. He's not investing in stocks. He's always on the phone, and like, and he lives in this weird world where a gold coin can buy you a drink, but also clean up 12 dead bodies.
You just summarised it in such an interesting way.
It's the truth. It's the way. It's like, yeah, I need to clean up 10 dead bodies. That'll be 1 gold coin, sir. I'll also have a Jack and Coke. That'll also be 1 gold coin.
But the thing is, that is so crazy. I could believe that. It's so out there. What? Like this gold coin can. I can kill anyone I want, and you guys will come and play. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, but that same gold coin also will get me 1 drink. Like, that's what gets me. That's what annoys me. Is he goes to the bar and he's like, yeah, flips him a gold coin, but that same gold coin cleans up the dead body. So like, I want to know a little bit more about the that's financial infrastructure of this world.
But that's in the actual hotel. But I'm sure John Wick has money.
No, but that's not just in the hotel, because remember when he kills the dudes in the first one?
Yeah. And
he pays the guy in the gold coins.
Yeah, because they're part of that whole society.
Yeah. So I want to know what the financial infrastructure is of that society.
I'm sure. Do you know what? Because
I'm sure Matt Pat or somebody's done some sort of video about it.
I'm sure there is.
I want to know a little bit more about it, because for me, I can't. I would haggle. I'd be like, whoa, can I give you half a gold coin? Because for a Jack and Coke, because I just killed that 12 dead bodies with that gold coin. So
who's the guy that does we talk about him all the time. Who analyzes films? Who has retrospectives?
Oh, Oliver Harper.
Yeah, Oliver Harper needs to get on that. Oliver Harper, if you're listening to this, get onto that. I'm sure you're not listening to this, but Oliver Harper, get onto that and find out if there's a whole financial infrastructure in John Wick and how it works.
There has to be for that. You can't just throw that in there and expect me to just just make up the rest in my head.
You have to.
No, I need answers.
No, well, that's clear where they're going with the
first
first
film.
film.
That doesn't make sense though. Like, you see what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
But they're building on top of that. They built that world. You saw more of the inner workings of that, and so I'm sure by the third one.
Yeah, I just want somebody to explain the gold cord thing. I'm sure somebody in that universe is, but like maybe John's friend. I don't know. Steve Twig. I don't know. Maybe he's like, because like Wick, like a Wick.
Yeah.
Maybe like Steve Twig's like to
Steve
some
Twig,
other dude.
you don't want to mess with that guy. He'll kill you financially.
And he's just kind of like, hey, sorry, dude. Hey, like they're in the hotel. He's like, sorry to bother you, and it's some other dude. And he's like, yeah, what's up? It's like, I see you're reading the Financial Times there. Listen, I got a quick question. I'm kind of new to this whole group thing. What's the gold coin thing? And maybe that's just like a side thing, and he'd be like, yeah, I don't get it either. Like maybe that's like it just doesn't make sense. And that'd be a really great little meta joke for everyone who's going, hey, can we explain this gold coin thing, please? Because because apparently it's this magical currency that does all these things, but also can do absolutely nothing.
Bitcoin.
So it's kind of like Bitcoin. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's a physical form of Bitcoin. Who the fuck knows? But
yeah, that's fascinating. Yeah, someone's got to work on that.
Yeah, we started off talking about puppies, talking about families. Now we're talking about the financial infrastructure that makes the John Wick assassin world flow around.
Oh well, again,
I'd like to know whether they should do some sort of crossover between that and Wanted.
That's not going to happen.
But that'd be great because that whole assassin side of things as well also doesn't make sense.
What the
Loom?
The Loom, yeah, okay. A lot of people have talked about the Loom.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I just think.
And some people think it makes sense. Other people think, you just got to suspend your disbelief and just go.
Yeah, I think it's fucking stupid. I can, you know what? And I go with the bending bullet thing. I'm like, okay, because he makes a really
good point. You go with that, but you can't go with the Loom.
Because he says to him, he goes, look. No, because the Loom thing is the dumbest, weirdest thing, right? Because here's what doesn't make sense about it. The Loom thing kind of goes. It's not dumb, but it kind of goes on the same premise of, if you had infinity, you could take an infinite amount of chimps writing on typewriters, and they would eventually write the full works of William Shakespeare. That's essentially what the Loom is. Because it's just churning out, and occasionally there's a mistake, and that anomaly spells a fucking name. Get the fuck out. And that name's like John Smith, who lives around the corner. Get the fuck out of my face. What if the name was John Smith? Like, okay, so, and then imagine, so Morgan Freeman's like, we got this name, John Smith, and he's like,
that sounds like more like Obama, but cool.
Well, yeah, and then he gives it to fucking Wesley Crusher.
Wesley Crusher.
I don't know what the fuck his name is. Wesley. What's his name? In the film, his name's Wesley something, but James McAvoy.
Yes,
he gives it to but in the film it's called Wesley something. But he gives it to James McAvoy's character, and he's like, go kill John Smith. Right, there's fucking tons of John Smiths, mate. I need some specificity. So in 2 years, when the Loom brings out whatever John Smith's age and address is, then maybe I can fucking figure it out. But you see, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And that's when I watch the film. My entire, there's only you can't ask somebody to make everything into a certain reality and then ask them to suspend their belief for one thing. It's like you need to set the parameters of your universe when you're writing your script. This is what can happen in this universe. But maybe I'm wrong because you can bend bullets in this universe.
Yeah, that's what I just said. If you can buy that.
Okay. I concede. Okay, very few times I'll concede Naga. I concede. Shut the fuck up, Leo.
I yield, sir.
Maybe I've had too many innocent smoothies. That's alright.
Segueing straight off from that to it. What did you think of the film? Did you find that it exceeded your expectations, or did you prefer the original with
the miniseries?
Yeah, the miniseries with who's the guy?
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
I love the new one. I think it's great. I think it's
awesome.
I think it's one of the best horror films I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because it didn't just rely. I was watching an interview review today about it, and they made a very good point. And I will echo that. If anybody remembers where my quote's coming from, remind me, because I've watched a few today. But the person said that it's very much like James Wan. When he does a scary scene, it's an action sequence.
Yes.
It's not just build up and it's a scare.
Yeah.
It's like there might be a scare, and then there's more, and it's like a full scene that progresses and matures as it goes through, like a fine wine.
Yeah,
a fine wine thing's my bit. But you get what I mean. Like, it's a whole scene. It's not just like I'll build up, scare, and then move on. But like, you know, it's very much like a roller coaster. Like when you go up and it goes down, and that's it. And now you're in the lull, and until the next one, until the lull. And this one's like, it's scary the whole way through.
Yeah.
Are we doing spoiler? Are we going this? Are we going down that rabbit hole?
we're
spoiling it. Okay, so we're spoiling it for people who haven't seen it. So just
I'll put it in the description.
Just listen to it, because I'm sure you'll like my explanation better than the movie. Because it's me. I'll tell it better. It's have you read the book?
Yeah, I read it at school.
Okay, so school.
Yeah.
At school or for school?
So when we're at school, so okay, what do you want to read? So we all chose what we wanted to read, and
you read Stephen King's magnus opus, 1,300 pages.
We read some weird stuff. We read Of Mice and Men. We read it.
Yeah, but Of Mice and Men though, that's like standard.
Well, fair enough.
That's like standard educational learning.
Not these days. But
yeah,
I mean,
now it's like, oh, here's Bruce Jenner. I mean, Caitlyn Jenner's fucking biography.
Exactly. So,
and you're like, I'm gonna call him Bruce.
But yeah, but the fact is, mate, when I was at school, we were all able to choose. Hey, what's this? What's this? If we vaguely knew something or heard of something, it was like a kind of a vote. So
fucking liberal school, man. I went to.
It was awesome, man. My
man.
English teacher was awesome. Mr. Anderson, he was awesome.
Mr. Anderson.
And yeah, I know what the hell that sounds, but no one's gonna know what that reference is from. We're 15 years removed from that. So,
Mr. Anderson.
But yeah, he was a really good English teacher, and I really respect him because we could read anything we wanted. It was awesome. But
okay, so for people who haven't read the book, the book is obviously a lot more violent than you can ever put on film. Because if you put what that book was on film, it's an X-rated movie.
Sure.
Okay.
I haven't read it since I was at school, but I remember...
I'm sure the bit you'd remember the most would be the bit where she gangbangs the kids in the fucking sewer.
I don't remember that.
Okay, that's a bit that everyone should remember. I think it's called the chugging, whatever. So, okay, so the book is basically almost split into like two parts.
Yeah.
You got the part from when they're kids, and then they face it, and then the part when they're adults and they come back to fight it in Derry.
Was that in the first... Was the first one set in the 50s?
Yes. The book was set in the 50s.
Yeah.
The first one was set in the 50s, but then this one's been set in the 80s.
Yeah.
The new remake. It's not actually a remake. It's reimagining.
It's
because you can't remake a movie because it was a mini-series, so it wasn't a remake.
So it's the first movie.
So really, it's kind of the first movie, yeah. But, yeah, I mean... so the first part, just when they... So, spoiler alert. Obviously, the whole thing's a spoiler. I'm going there. When they and they think they've killed it, they can't leave the sewer. Because they're innocent. It's all about... It's like a metaphor for innocence. And then Beverly Marsh, the girl, she's like, oh, I know how to like get us through this, and she fucks every one of the kids. That's what she happens in the book.
I don't remember that at all.
It's all about like the loss of innocence, and them having to grow up.
I mean that whole film. This film did that better than the. Again, I didn't see the original since the 90s, so I can't even.
I have it on Blu-ray. I watched it recently.
Oh really?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I watched it recently. I actually bought it on Blu-ray before the film was even announced.
Right.
Like the trailer was shown. I just bought it because I was like, I don't fucking own this on Blu-ray. I should own it on Blu-ray. It's so good. Like, I love it. It does kind of lose, like the original loses its gravitas in the second part.
Yeah, that's what even Tim Curry said that himself.
He didn't
like
the director says it. Like, everyone,
really?
because basically, like, it accounts, it's like a 3-hour, almost 4-hour movie because it accounts for, like, commercial breaks.
Oh, yeah, of
because
course,
it was a cable TV series. So they took a really moderately violent book and then adapted it for a cable TV series in 2 parts to be shown in 2 bi-weekly episodes or whatever. But even then, it still scared the shit out of a generation because
I'm part of that generation.
Yeah, that movie is like single-handedly responsible for like the traumatization of a lot of clown phobias that exist for these kids and for adults. And it's because of one dude like Tim Curry. But the thing is, I didn't know it was Tim Curry when I was a kid.
I never knew it was Tim Curry.
But when I was like, I think I was about 15 when I finally came to the realization that it was Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Like when I put it all together and I was old enough to know who the fuck Tim Curry was as an actor as opposed to anything else. And I was like, the concierge at the Plaza Hotel from Home Alone 2. And I was like, all of a sudden I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, even now I still watch it and I'm like, man, this film
he
goosebumps,
does a good job at scaring the bejesus out of you.
And like, I think one of the important things about it, as in that original film, is that he's quite a goofy clown as well, which is also quite a good point.
Yeah. It's very sinister. It's done in a very sinister way, and all I can. Sorry, finish your point. And
no, it's fine. Well, I mean, I was just so that's the original miniseries, and I think Tim Curry, like when they came to do this film, I'm glad that they, the directors, the writers, everyone sat down and were like, we're gonna respect that iteration of Tim Curry because of its social effect that it had from being shown that, like from when it was made. But Skarsgård, is it Michael Skarsgård?
I think so.
Well, the guy who plays it now, I think his first name's Skarsgård. I don't remember his last name. Yeah, I think it might be Michael. Remind me.
I'm just doing that. Where's wrong with the internet go? He is Bill Skarsgård.
Bill, is it Bill?
That's really weird.
No, it's wrong.
Bill Skarsgård, yeah.
Oh, is it Bill?
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård.
No, it's not, dude.
Oh, no, you're absolutely right. It's not that one. He's not in the casting.
Hold on, dude.
I can't find him here. Yeah, Bill Skarsgård.
Is it Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I'm wrong. My bad. Okay, so Bill Skarsgård, I mean, he does a great portrayal of the clown, of Pennywise the Clown. And yeah, so I mean, if we do a direct comparison to the previous one, so you've got all the kids. So you got Bill Denborough, who's the brother of Georgie who gets killed.
Oh, the little kid, yeah.
Richie, he's the guy who becomes a writer when he's older. Richie Tozer, who's the comedian, he's Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things.
Yeah, he's really funny in this film.
Yeah. Then you got Sophia Lillis, who plays Beverly Marsh. Ben Hanscom, played by Jeremy Taylor.
All good in that film.
Yeah, I mean, Chosen Jacobs, Mike Hanlon, who was the token black guy, as you'd say.
He was the token black guy.
Exactly.
There was no other.
You know the funniest thing about that? Yeah, if anybody watched that film, the funniest thing about that was notice that when they went back into the house, who's the only one packing?
I noticed that as well.
Who's the only one? Well. The colour of the dude who's the only one packing a piece. The little black kid. I was like, oh yeah, that's it.
All the interesting social norms.
The funniest character for me in that movie was Eddie Kasprak.
Is that against the kid?
No, he's not in that. He's not. He's the far right. He's the one with his back to us.
Oh.
He's the one with the placebos. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was fucking hilarious. As much as I liked Finn's character, Richie Tozer, I preferred Eddie in this version because he was absolutely hilarious. The bit when the garage, when it comes out, and he's like, oh my god, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I was laughing my ass off in the cinema at his reaction. But I mean, all in all, what would you, just before we go on, what do you give this new It movie out of 10?
Out of 10, I usually do out of 5.
Okay, out of 5.
Out of 5. I can't flaw this film, man. I really enjoyed it. I'll give it 5.
Yeah, I'll give it if I was doing it out of 10, it's a hard 10.
Yeah,
it's a hard. It's not even a soft. I don't think I can watch this film and I was like, there wasn't a lull that I didn't think that wasn't necessary.
Yeah,
like
it was really good.
All the points that they hit home. They hit exactly. It was on the mark. Pennywise, which is the most important part of that movie, he was perfect. I loved the way he was played. I loved the bit in the scene right at the beginning. Like, okay, so in the original, when Georgie gets killed, you don't see any of the... and it's almost shot for shot, almost exactly, except it's a little bit longer in this new one, but you don't see any of the actual gore.
Right.
But in this one...
Yeah, you see his arm come off.
Dark, man. Like, he fucking bites that kid's arm off, and then when he's crawling in the rain, and then the fucking clown arm comes in and pulls him back in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit. Like, that was, like, set the tone for me.
Yeah.
But just before that, when he's, like, talking to Georgie, and he's like, popcorn. Like, and then you see that... Did you see the drool?
No.
Alright, so he drooled from his mouth, and the light hit it just right, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Because he's salivating, because he's like, it's almost like he's preparing his meal.
Yeah.
So he's like salivating the moment, and he's savoring it, and he's like, because more scared that his prey is, the tastier it is.
The tastier it is. Yeah.
So he's like salivating there, waiting for this kid, and he's like, "Come on, take the boat." Like, he's baiting him in, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I'm watching. I'm like, "This is dark. This is really dark."
I'm gonna watch it again, and I'm sure there's gonna be lots of things that I missed.
And when he's laughing, he's like, "Ha ha ha ha," and then he stops, and he's like, just stares the kid out, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this guy's dark." But like, and then he just fucking chomps the arm.
Yeah.
And then so you see how the face changed as well.
Yeah.
And he chomps the arm. And then the kid screams, and then like he's struggling to get away, and then that fucking arm just comes out like Poltergeist.
Yeah.
And it just comes out, drags him back in, and I was like, oh shit, this is it.
This film, I mean, it's not even past the whole weekend yet, but it's already
made its budget back. Yeah,
it's busted records.
Do you know what the budget was for this film? $36 million. I tell you off by heart, it's $36 million. $36 million was the budget, and it was shot like $150 million film.
I know.
Like, that's what it looks like when you watch it. You're like, wow, this looks like it had a huge budget.
That's the Robert Rodriguez School of Filming, man.
This had the same budget as fucking Mallrats. Like, just to give you an idea, fucking Street Fighter the movie had a bigger budget than this fucking movie.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure Street Fighter the movie had a bigger budget.
You're probably right, but it's just insane how... I mean, when I was at the cinema, it was packed.
Dude, I was surprised. I went to watch it, the first showing on the day of release at it's 2 PM when I went because I was like, I always try to watch it in the middle of the day because if I could take the day off because I don't want to fucking deal with crowds. So I went with my sister Ken from Ken Talks Film.
He's been in it. He's been on this podcast.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Ken Talks Film. Ken, me, Richard, and my 2 sisters, and we went to watch it. And there was enough people in there that we had to tell people to shut the fuck up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was people being loud.
Did you go to Harrow?
Yeah. Dude, I went to Harrow because tickets were $5.
Yeah.
Like,
I get it, but I went to Harrow as well, and
oh no, sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, it had a bigger budget than fucking Street Fighter.
Well, that I mean, putting Street Fighter to the same mix as that is...
I'm just saying a film from 1994.
Yeah.
That film had a $35 million budget when $35 million was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And this, by all accounts, is not a lot of money.
It's
super impressive. Change. Yeah, but super impressive the way it's done. I love this film.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's really good.
Very few films that I will walk away from and go, I wasn't happy with this, and I can't actually flaw this film.
Yeah,
I can't flaw it.
I was trying to think, is there anything I didn't like about? No, I haven't felt like that in a while.
I think I'm gonna have to watch it a few more times, maybe try to find something I'm unhappy with, but I won't. I'll struggle. I think it'll be really difficult for me to be like, I didn't like this or I didn't like that. Like everything I liked. I think the cohesive relationship the kids had.
Yeah, it
was imperative, and it was done.
You believed in them,
yeah,
and you wanted, and the other struggles that they were going through in their lives, like the.
But they didn't focus on it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like they only focused on it if it was essential to the storyline.
Yeah,
like they cut the fat.
Yeah,
and that was good.
And okay, so this is you kind of got the gist. Okay, this is happening with this kid.
Yeah,
okay.
so like Beverly Marsh, she's getting felt up by her dad.
Yeah,
you can figure that bit out.
And they moved that up. and then when it was necessary, it was part of the whole plot. Not the whole plot, but
the narrative.
It drove the story along to bring it to where the story
logical
is
conclusion,
into the third act. So
But I mean, like, bro, like, even fucking, like, visually, like, the CGI was on point.
It was really good.
Like, it was really, really well done. And the jump scares that were there got me. They got me. And
Everything got me. Everything got me.
I was like, oh, man, I didn't expect that. Here's what I can say that was bad. The trailers showed me too much.
You think so?
Yeah. So the bit where when Beverly's knocked her dad out, and then she turned the clouds right there and grabs her, that was in the trailer.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I watched the trailer once, and
that was it. I've seen it a few times. That was in the trailer, but there's loads of little nods to the book as well, which don't get talked about. So like when Mike Hanlon, the black kid, is looking at the hands that are coming out the door.
Yeah.
There's a reference to like the iron. I think it's like an ironworks shootout in the book that happened, and it's like there's a reference to it because there's like a mural next to it,
right,
of like some gangsters. There's also like
there's another thing that I do remember from the book. That kid that killed his father, he's supposed to be in prison or something.
No, okay. So what happens to him is basically in the book, he like stares at the deadlights or something. Something happens to him. Can't remember what it was. I think he gets caught in the deadlights, and deadlights is what hypnotizes people. What Pennywise uses.
Oh, when they're floating. People.
That's why I said they all float. Yeah. So he uses that, and then somehow, some way, he gets blamed for the murders of all the kids and all the missing children that have been going on for recently in that time. It all gets blamed on him, and then he goes to prison for it.
Right.
But he plays a really crucial role later on in the book.
Yeah.
In trying to get revenge on.
He kills someone.
He doesn't actually kill anybody.
I thought he kills someone significant when he's older.
No, he tried to kill Eddie Kasprak, but he doesn't actually kill him.
Or the black kid?
No, he tries to kill Mike Hanlon, and he doesn't kill him. I'm guessing. I don't actually remember in the book. I remember in the miniseries he tried to kill him, didn't kill him. But he does. I tell you who does die is the Jewish kid, the one who was the one's afraid of the lady in the painting.
Yeah,
he kills himself in the second part.
Right.
And that happens in the book. That happens in the miniseries. So I'm assuming it's going to happen. Like when Mike Hanlon calls everyone back to Derry and he's like, "Listen, it's still alive. You need to come back. We made a blood oath, and you need to come back and kill this fucking thing." And then he's like, he calls him, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And then he goes and just kills himself.
Jeez.
He like slits his wrist. But I think in the book it's a lot more violent. He like chops himself up and shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's like, why would you do that? But
if anyone's going to go see this film, go see it. If you've had any reservations about if it's good, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, we've totally spoiled everything for you just now, but...
Well, you can... No, I mean, if you don't want to listen to this, then you just turn it off.
If you magically forwarded past the part where you've figured out that we're not talking about spoilers anymore, if you've just arrived here right now from just pressing, like, skipping forward 10, 20 minutes... hi, welcome to the show. Also, go watch It the Movie. We're trying not to spoil it. There'll be more spoilers, I'm sure, after this point. But pause this, go watch the movie, come back, and then start this from the beginning again.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. If you're going to do anything this week or next weekend, go watch that film. It's awesome.
And if you accidentally skipped a bit too far past the other point, hi, it's us again from the future. If you just go back to the beginning of this podcast and listen again, and you'll find out we've spoiled it already for you.
Wow, you're fucking with people's minds now.
Yeah, now it's like Inception. With time.
Okay, so onto
actual points. As much as we loved it.
Oh no, I mean, I don't really have any actual points today. I'm kind of trying something.
You're winging
new.
it.
Not winging it, but instead of writing actual notes down, just have a more natural conversation as to what's going on and what we think about it, if we want to talk about it.
Dude, have you seen the trailer for Ready Player One, right?
Yes!
So I just finished reading the book.
Oh, really?
Oh man, dude, the book is... It's really good. I had Neil Coppin on my podcast, What's Damage Podcast.
Yeah, he was on this as well. I think he
came in the day after he did mine, he came here, but he was telling me you should read it. So I bought it that day on Amazon, and then I finally sat down and just like really sort of read it over the course of like 2 days.
Yeah.
And I couldn't put it down. Like I started it, and I was like, I have to keep reading it.
Yeah.
And then I would read like, I don't know, 7 or 8 chapters, and then I'll go put it down, grab something to eat, come back, read another 10 chapters. It's so fucking good. Like, it's really good.
So this is my dilemma now. Now that I know Spielberg has made a film, and I've seen the trailer. As far as I'm concerned, Steven Spielberg said, "You know what? I've been resting for about 10 years. Now I'm going to lay the smack down and bring this film." And that trailer looks amazing,
dude. Now that I've read the book, watching the trailer in the context of having read the book, I'm like, this film is gonna be sick because the shit that goes down in the book shits on pretty much anything I've seen.
Do you know how much of a devastating statement that is? Everything I've seen to this day is
everything. A lot of the stuff I've read, like book wise, up until this point, I'm like, it shits on it from an extremely distinguished height. So I'm like, okay, this film is gonna be good. If the film is anything like the book,
I have faith in Spielberg.
Looking at the way he's like got multiple properties together.
Yeah, half those properties are something that he's got his name on.
Yeah.
So
the way scenes like where Iron Giant is in there, and then there's like fucking Deadpool.
You got the Akira bike in there.
I was like, oh shit, this is. But then like, there's the trailer shows stuff that doesn't happen in the book.
Oh yeah.
So, like, that race doesn't happen in the book.
Okay.
I think in the book it's like a chariot race. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
It looked good, though.
Dude.
It looked freaking good.
Once you know the context of what you're expecting, it all kind of makes sense. You're like, it makes a lot more sense once you've read the book. You're like, oh, I get it. Now I know what to look for.
Sat said that trailer was boring.
Satch is a fucking idiot, man.
How can you... I just didn't understand. I couldn't understand.
It's not Star Wars related, so we can't jerk off to it. Yeah, I fucking said it.
But we watched the trailer. I mean, there's a whole episode of it that we talk about it. But I was arguing, what from that did you find boring? It was such a visceral trailer. How can any?
He'll watch it, and he'll go, okay. I'll watch the film, and then he'll understand how much of a douchey comment that is. But I fucking said it. I don't care. I said it was a douchey comment.
But yeah, it looks. I've got every faith in Spielberg and delivering the goods in that film. That just from that 1.5-minute trailer, I'm sold.
Yeah,
sold.
Well, it made me fucking put 2 days out of my time out to read a book. So
it's not a big book, is it? It's quite.
No, it's not. It doesn't have pop-up areas or colouring areas. Kind of wish it did, but no, it's not a long book. I mean, if you're like not a big booky kind of reader, then maybe it might take you, I don't know, like a week.
Right.
But I mean, like I read like one chapter and then I put it down. It's not because I didn't want to read it again. It's just because I had a fucking million other things to do.
Stuff to do. Yeah, selling into it.
And then so once I was like, I reread the first chapter again. I said, okay, I'm just gonna I want to read this. So I just set time aside, and I couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
And like it would have taken me an extra day, but I stayed up till like 2 a.m. reading it.
Wow.
I was like, I just want to finish it now. I'm so close to the end. I might as well just in for a penny, in for a pound.
Blitz it. Yeah.
So I blitzed the last few chapters.
I'm gonna get it after the film comes out.
Yeah, no, dude, get it now.
I don't want to read it now. I want to watch the film first, then read it.
Oh, okay, fair dues.
Because it's once I know that, because I saw the trailer and the trailer looked so bedazzling. I know that. I don't want to come from the dynamic that I've read the book and I have got my own imagination about it. I want it to be the other way around.
Here's what I will tell you. You see that scene, that purple room with everyone's like floating in the air?
Yeah.
Okay, that scene in the book is sick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Like the whole build up to that, and then everything that happens in that room.
Yeah.
Sick.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
so if the film is and the thing is, now that I've read the book and I had my own imagination of what that looked like, and then I saw the trailer again, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly how I imagined it. Like little bits a little bit different here and there, but that kind of makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I'm really excited for that film.
Like in the Iron Giant thing makes a lot of sense as well. Like now that I've seen it, now that I've read the book, I sit and I see that again. I'm like, oh, I know what part of the book that is, which means that they shot certain parts.
Yeah.
Already
ahead of time. Yeah. But it's feast for the eyes. I can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah, I mean the DeLorean. Dude, put it this way, right? In the book, he's got the DeLorean, but he also has a fucking X-Wing. So, take that however you want to take it. I don't know if Star Wars is going to sue somebody. I'm just saying, in the book, he also has an X-Wing. So...
I'm sure someone like Spielberg can wing... Okay, we need to use...
Yeah, he'll fucking be like, hey, Disney...
Yeah.
We got the Iron Giant. Let's have some more.
Yeah.
Is that Giant? No. That's not Disney?
No, it's Warner Brothers.
Oh, fuck a duck. I thought it was Disney.
Yeah, it's Warner's.
But yeah. So no, dude, it's gonna be really good. So I mean, I've done that, and then what else?
Okay.
Man.
So going to, I'm looking at Blade Runner. Have you seen anything to do with this new Blade Runner film?
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna catch some shit for this, right?
Whoa, here it comes.
I don't rate Blade Runner as much as people seem to suck its dick off.
Alright.
Because I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's a sci-fi film, everyone loves it, but it's just not really me.
That's cool, man. But I'm
not gonna say it's a bad film.
And I just always like to see when I say, here we go. I say, oh yeah, here it comes.
I have this feeling. You know, it's kind of like, you know what annoys me? Yeah, it's the same way of kind of like when I go out to dinner with my in-laws and I ask for my steak like medium well, and they get judging looks, and they're like, medium well? Oh, I have my steak rare. And I'm like, well, just fucking shut the fuck up and eat your steak there. You eat your fucking food and let me eat my fucking food, okay? Shut the fuck up. You eat your fucking steak the way you like it. And that's kind of like when I'm like, hey, you know, I get it. It's a beloved movie. Like, you know, it's not really my thing.
The thing is, I first watched the original Blade Runner when I was 8, and I didn't get it. I thought, what is this? I didn't like it. As I got older, I watched it again, then I watched it again. Oh, it's a film noir. Okay, I get it now. It's not a film that everyone's gonna like.
Thing is,
without a doubt.
Here's the problem, right? I really liked it at one point, and then I just got off it recently. And you know what it is? I think maybe this fucking sequel or remake or whatever the fuck it is.
It's a sequel.
Yeah, I think it's just throwing me off. Like, I don't agree with making sequels to films that are older than fucking 20 years. I just don't think it's a good idea. I think it will suffer from you either got to do a lot of exposition to bring everybody up to date who doesn't know, or you're risking doing a Superman Returns.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But from what I've seen from it, because they just released a clip from it, and the narrative is quite straightforward from that. So if the film is following that without self-referencing itself... Also,
where is it... But here's the other question. What is it following? Because isn't there like fucking 9 different cuts of this movie, the original?
Oh, the original. Yeah, so that you've got the Ridley Scott's version, then you've got the studio version, then you've got the theatrical version. So what
narrative are they going to go from? Like, again, this is another thing. Like, I understand why people want to make...
It's probably going to be from the director's cut, because from what I can understand... I don't want to spoil...
Yeah. I mean, look, the original doesn't really end on a cliffhanger per se.
No, not really, no.
It ends with a question.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like Inception does.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I want an Inception 2.
But...
So leave it the way the fuck it is.
But again, from the clip I've seen, I don't think you really need to see the original to understand this film. Yeah. I mean, Harrison Ford's in it, but... Just going from the clip I've seen, so it just, the penny dropped for me. Right, that's where they're going with it. Cool, and
yeah,
it's not it's not about. It's not really anything about to do with the first film. It's kind of gone its own direction.
Yeah.
But it self-references itself a little bit. But that's about it. It's more to do with AI more than anything else. And I'll leave it at that. I won't say anything more about it. But I think just going from, I'll send you the clip later. But I think you'll enjoy it.
I can't remember what film it was set in the same universe as Blade Runner.
Alien.
Is it?
I mean, the Tyrell Corporation is mentioned, but that's about it.
I think it might be Oblivion, a Tom Cruise movie. Like way in the future, way past that film. I could be wrong. I can't remember what it was. It was like a really obscure reference. You might be right. It might be Alien. I just don't know about it.
Because they're both Ridley Scott projects. He likes to kind of put these Easter eggs.
Mate, speaking of fucking connected universes, talk about that Castle Rock project that's coming out. Where it's like, Castle Rock is a place where a lot of Stephen King's books are set.
Yeah.
So that I think it's Hulu. Hulu are making a fucking TV series based around that.
Really?
Dude, bring it up. Go to YouTube, type in Castle Rock trailer. One word, Castle Rock.
Oh, really? Okay.
I can't see what you're doing even though I have my glasses. I'm just...
it's 2 words, but...
It's is it? Fuck me. There you go. Yeah, just the top one. And he's been working it with JJ.
Yeah, JJ, man, he's just picking up all of these...
Spinning plates, man.
Yeah, man.
Spinning plates. Look. So Salem's Lot's a Stephen King book.
Okay. Oh, wow, I see. Okay, so this is the ultimate connected universe, then?
What?
Annie Wilkes, is that a book?
I think it might be a character.
Okay.
Because look, he references Pennywise, but he doesn't reference it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
See? And the laugh. Danny Torrance is the Shining.
The gun? Oh, I thought that was
the kid from The Shining.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Danny. And that's Maine. That's New England.
Yeah, this looks good.
So that's happening. So I think it will be a bit more like I reckon it'll be more of a Gotham style of show,
right,
as opposed to directly linking the shows together.
Right.
Directly, I think it will be a show that links different aspects. I'm just guessing, maybe sort of an X-Files type of show,
right?
Or Twin Peaks X-Files kind of thing, where it's kind of like, we have this car that's really weird and it kills people, and they investigate it, and that car then goes on to be Christine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe like we have these reports of these people dying every 27 years, and then that might be Pennywise the Clown.
Right.
Like you see,
yes.
Or maybe like some kid who's got psychic powers and it's set in the future after the film The Shining.
Yeah.
And they're like talking and they're like, oh yeah, man, this kid has got special powers. He can read minds, and now he's like, and it's Danny Torrance. You know. I'm just guessing. I'm just throwing some shit out.
That could be really interesting. Depending where they go, it might be a show for one season or like a whole series of these things. So.
Yeah, so that's like the way it's all connected together. I thought it was really fucking cool.
That's awesome. Stephen King's having a big resurgence, man.
Yeah, ever since the Stranger Things, though.
Yeah, that's it.
Once Stranger Things came out, do you know the story behind Stranger Things?
No.
The brothers that directed
we've got to stop talking about TV.
Why?
Because we don't talk about TV on this.
I don't give a shit. I'm fucking talking about it right now. It's important. No, because it's relevant to a movie.
Sure. Go for it.
So the guys who did Stranger Things wanted to be directors for the new It film.
Yeah.
But they were told that they weren't experienced enough to work on a motion picture. So they went off, and so the Warner Brothers wouldn't let them make it. So they went off and made
Stranger Things.
Is it Warner Brothers or New Line?
Who made it?
Yeah.
Warner Brothers. That's the same company. Anyway.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So then they went off and made Stranger Things, which is fucking hilarious because it is one of the major things that inspires Stranger Things.
Yeah. But they proved themselves now, so
yeah. I mean, fuck, Stranger Things is just that's like that's on another level, mate.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for the new second season. But
which reminds me, you saw Terminator, didn't you?
Genesis.
No, Terminator 2, the re-release.
I didn't. No,
Oh,
I didn't. I couldn't make
It's
it.
pristine.
I fell asleep. I was so fucking tired.
It's pristine.
Okay.
It's watch it. You need to watch it with an audience.
Why did it say it's closing after 20 years? That right's been closed for ages.
Oh yeah.
That's some bullshit. I know that's been closed for ages. I went on that ride.
Okay. I didn't.
I'm pretty sure it's closed. The Terminator 2 3D ride. Yeah, sorry. What were we saying? Yeah, the Terminator 2. I never had a chance to go. Is it good?
It's
pristine.
I wouldn't say going to see it in 3D is necessary, but
made no difference.
A little bit here and there. But I think the more important aspect is how everything is. They cleaned everything. It looks like it was filmed yesterday. It's so good. it's so good, man.
That's what happens when you got James Cameron money, though. You could just spunk that shit. You be dropping dollars like in a strip club like it's nothing, mate. You're like Terminator 2, just flipping the bills out, mate. Because that's his that's his baby, innit? That's his magnus opus.
Yes, definitely. But and he said he's gonna do the same thing with Aliens, but he's already done that once before. But he's gonna do it with the Terminator, Abyss.
The Abyss.
The Abyss.
Abyss.
The Abyss. I've always said that since I was a kid. Abyss. If he does that with all of his film catalogue, all of his films are just going to look so good now.
Yeah.
Go see it if you get a chance to. If it's
are they still showing it?
Yeah, they're still showing it.
They are.
They extended it because it was popular. So
where are they showing it?
Everywhere, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
If it's something I can pick up during the day when I finish work, then yeah, absolutely I will.
Yeah.
I don't like going to the cinema with other people. I've quickly realised that people are shit.
So, I see what you mean.
So I don't want to I don't want to spend my money to sit in a room full of other dickheads who are just there to be like, I'm going to watch a film, but I'm going to talk.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Like,
I don't need your social commentary, dude.
Yeah,
this
is not a movie-going experience for me, you and your friends. This is a movie-going experience for me and for you and your friends, for you all to shut the fuck up.
Well, even if you don't see it in the cinema, pick it up on the...
I'll pick it up when the 4K Ultra
because it looks... If there's a showpiece of a film that you go to see, it's that one. It looks pristine.
Yeah, no, I mate, from what I saw on the trailers, it looked good.
And he admitted it. He
retouched up there.
Yeah, he did too.
Yeah, I thought so.
And I watched it with Colin, and I was looking around for it, looking to see if the face was coming. Yeah, he did it, and it's really good job. It's not something that has been passed on. You have to really look for it.
Yeah.
Oh right. If you don't know it's there, it's not going to make any.
That's
difference.
one of the major things that I pointed out when I was a kid. Going, that's not him.
Yeah. And they fixed both. I think it's two shots that I like that, and they fixed both of them. And there's another shot that he nitpicks that no one will ever notice that he fixed anyway. Yeah. So
What cut is it?
It's theatrical.
Oh.
But I think on the Blu-ray you'll get both.
Yeah, I'd rather the director's cut.
I can, from a cinema going point of view, I understand why he just put out the theatrical cut for the theater, because it's tighter. It's tighter for the theater. If you're going to see that in the cinema, it's tight because the film's already long. If you put the extra 20 minutes that's on that.
Is it 20 minutes?
I think it's about 20 minutes.
I guess when you enjoy a film, though, you just don't give a shit.
I know.
You just sound like, I'm along for the ride.
Yeah. But I think because of the ending as well that it has, it's very ambiguous that there's no more. And because he's going to get the rights back next year, I'm not sure he wants that ending on that. So therefore, he can go forth and make more.
Here's a question. Whose fucking idea it was? Was it to say that a film should be 90 minutes long?
I don't know. I think that's the...
Because there are some films that make long, like 3-hour films that are like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know, like Titanic. Like, oh, fuck, get to the sinking. You get it. I understand. The boat fucking sinks. Let's move on. Come on. But there are other films like Dances with Wolves where I'm like, this 4 hours a good fucking Costner.
Yeah.
You know, so it's weird. Like, I'll get into a film for 4 hours. I'll watch the extended cut of Lord of the Rings. And I don't know.
That's the only one I can't do.
Dude, are you serious?
I've seen it once and I thought, yeah, okay, I'm good.
Nah, I fucking love Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is like my Christmas movie.
Okay, do you know
I'll put them on.
I like the two films. What I hate about that trilogy is the last 20 minutes of the film.
Last film.
Yeah, that really...
I get that.
That's like knocking me in the head with a sledgehammer, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that film has like 56 endings. I get it. I'm with you. I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. I get that.
And when I get to the third one, okay, alright.
I just prefer, like, I don't know... Like, apart from obviously Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, which are Christmas films to me, I still love I love watching a good fantasy, a film like set in good fantasy, like that I can just like put the fucking kettle on, get a cup of tea, get on my couch, and be like, this is me and this movie for the next 3 hours. 12 hours and 46 minutes if you really want to make semantics out about all three extended cut, and I'm down with that. I'll do a whole day worth of Lord of the Rings and walk away feeling like I'm satisfied. Like I went through an adventure. I enjoyed this deep fucking story, and they're good films. They are really good films. But then there's some films you're just like 90 minutes and like, God, this film like it's fucking long. Why is it not over yet? Do you know a film I want to watch but I haven't brought myself around to watching it?
What's that?
The Room.
That's good.
I didn't. No. Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the.
I did not hit her.
Yes,
I did not.
That is awesome. Everyone had the Disaster Artist coming out next month. I can't wait to see that film. The Disaster Artist.
Oh, that's the film based on the making of that movie.
Yes,
yeah.
That's gonna be. It's already got
James Franco.
Yeah, it's already been praised for it to be brilliant. So I can't wait.
Because I want to watch that film.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's. I can't remember. Someone described that movie. They were like. That it's described, if you described what movies were like to aliens and they had to recreate it knowing nothing about movies but just had to recreate like scenarios that happened in films, right, and this is what that film would be, because the bit where he like walks into the flower shop and the woman like seems to know him but not really, and it's just so uncomfortable to watch, and you're like there's nothing actually genuinely wrong with this scene, but it's just done so weirdly. Yeah, it's not that it's bad. It's just something's not right. It just seems off. It seems like, you know what it feels like? It feels like, I would imagine it feels like if you're a stranger in North Korea, and like they're showing everything to you. Yeah, and it's not. You just think you've just got a constant eyebrow raise. Yeah, you're like. Is it really like this? Is it not? Something's not right. Yeah, you can't quite put your finger on it. And it's like, because everyone's there, like, everyone knows this is fake, and they're just waiting to say their lines. Yeah. And it's just kind of like, but not like an actor would. Yeah. Like, just like as if a normal person was just reading from a script. Yeah. So I want to sit down and watch it. People tell me to watch it. And they're like, you need to watch it with people that have watched it already. No, but, okay, so then I should watch it with you, right? Yeah. Because I haven't seen it myself. But then I don't. But did you watch it on your own? I did watch it on my own. So I think maybe it's fitting that I watch it on my own and then watch it with somebody else and be like, "Did you catch this fucking weird thing?" Because I've heard good things. Like I've heard that it's a really bad movie, but it's genuinely one of those films that's so bad it's good. It's so hard to explain. Because when people are like, "Oh, this film's so bad it's good." I'm like... I mean, yeah, there are a few films like that, but this is on a different level. Yeah, this is on like, no, this film is genuinely bad. Like, but not on purpose. Yeah, it's like this, because I know it stems from like one guy who wanted to be famous, so he funded his own Tommy Wiseau, so he funded his own fucking movie. Yeah. And hired like all these zealous actors. Yeah. And then cast himself as the main character. Yeah. And he's not even like, he can't act. He can't even talk English. But that's the funny thing is, it's like you put, it's as if you wanted aliens to recreate what a movie is, and he's the fucking alien because he's directing and acting in it, and he's never been in a film before. Yeah, it's brilliant. I just don't fucking understand what's happening. Like when it was explained to me, I was like, this just sounds like a film I need to see. Like, I have to see this.
Even if you think it's rubbish, that's more than it got when it was first reviewed. There's like that film's got a whole history. When it was first reviewed, man, people just didn't know what to make of it. Like, I don't know if this is a film. I don't know if this is like a
practical joke. I don't know.
It's what am I watching here, man? When you do first watch it, you're bemused. But no, this is an act. It's got to be. This is all an act. It's all a stand up of the whole industry. But it's not. The film is that bad. But once you know it's that bad, it becomes funny, and because it's. Just watch it, man.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
And that whole film, every time he's in it, all the actors are pretty bad in it, but him,
he's bad.
He transcends. Man, he's literally an alien.
Yeah, I know. That's why I say that's the way it was described to me. So I was like, okay, I have to see this movie, just so I can turn around and be like, yep, that bad. Yeah, but speaking of films that are so bad they're good, but it's still one of my top 10 because we did a top 10 a little while ago.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
and I just bought the ultimate. Brace yourself. The ultimate steelbook set of the Street Fighter film with
Jesus Christ.
Van Damme.
I didn't know they bothered to make a steelbook version of that.
Did, yeah.
Wow.
And I now own it, and it is as good as I remember.
You mean bad?
No, I just love that fucking movie. Do you know why? Because just like that Tommy Wiseau guy,
yeah,
right? Raul Julia, he makes that fucking movie.
Okay, I get you now.
Yeah,
because
he seems to be like the only person taking it seriously in that entire film, and he's got the shittest role, but he's still taking it super serial.
Yeah,
like to the point where he's there, he's just like he does his monologues. You're like, my God, if this was a Shakespearean play, absolutely understand why you would get some sort of award, but you're a guy dressed in a red leather outfit called M. Bison. Jean-Claude Van Damme's got ginger hair and he's apparently American. I don't know. I don't know what's happening in this movie.
Yeah, that French-American accent worked really well for him. I'm going to kick Bison's ass.
But here's the problem. That's not even his fault. That's the fans' fault. Because,
really?
Yeah, because a poll got done and people were like, we want Jean-Claude Van Damme to play because he was big at the time. Don't ever trust the public to make any decisions, okay?
Man.
We voted, we didn't specifically. We did. We fucking voted. What's her name?
Theresa May.
Well,
no, actually, the guy who set it up said, I'm bouncing, this is fucked up, I'm out of here. And then Theresa May took over.
Yeah, but still, but no, because we had another election.
Well, you're talking about the election, okay.
Yeah, we just had a second election.
Oh, that was her stupid idea.
Yeah, but she fucking won. So, and then they got Trump, and then we voted Mr. Blobby as number 1 back in the 90s. So just don't trust the public as a mass unit to make a decision.
Do you know
because
what?
We make fucking poor choices.
That Lord Buckethead, I really wish he beat her.
Yeah.
He got a lot of votes as well. Lord Buckethead, if you don't know who Lord Buckethead is, go back to going to Google and put in Lord Buckethead. He was the guy standing next to Theresa May
in a bucket, with a bucket for a head.
He's dressed in black and he's got a bucket on his head.
Because he's dressed like, he's dressed like.
I was the guy from Monty Python film.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he was there and he was doing the pose and like that says everything about that whole election. But I don't want to go political.
But I mean, ultimately. Don't trust the public to make decisions because they picked Jean-Claude Van Damme as supposedly the most American character in that video game, which really does at that time transcend a lot of demographics.
Yeah,
because you got two types of Japanese dudes, not just the one, not just Ryu. You got they were like, no, we got to deal with the fat Japanese guys as well.
Yeah.
So they got fucking Honda. They brought a Brazilian beast in there, a stereotypical Indian guy who breathes out fire, and you got 2 Thai motherfuckers, one of which is M. Bison.
You were supposed to be.
And then you got the other one that's Sagat. Yeah. And then you got your man fucking Vega, Spanish.
Yeah.
And you got Balrog. Balrog, here's interesting. Balrog's name was actually supposed to be M. Bison's name. Yeah. And M. Bison was supposed to be a play on Tyson. Even in the first Street Fighter game, there's a character called Mike.
Really?
Street Fighter 1.
Oh.
He's called Mike, and he's black, and he's a boxer.
Wow.
And then they're kind of like, oh shit, Don Kim's gonna sue somebody. Just change this shit.
Okay, you're now Balrog.
Yeah, your name's Balrog.
And this guy's in Bison. But yeah, I've only watched that film once ever. And
the Street Fighter film?
Yeah.
Oh my god, man, we need to watch it again. You have to watch it. We have to sit down and just set time aside. I think we should do a fucking commentary episode. Like a commentary episode. And we just watch it and then fucking commentate on it. Because it is the best. It is so good. I honestly, like, it is... I watch it and I just can't help but laugh.
I'm up for that. When I start live streaming this, we'll do that.
Yeah, I just think it'd be brilliant because I just think about it and I go, this one's fucking... Like, even the story behind it is weird. Because they're like, you got fucking Van Damme was coked off his face and he's smashing the granny out of fucking Kylie Minogue. And Raul Julia, poor dude, is fucking dying in his trailer. And then, like, from all the various diseases that he has, like, from, I don't know what it was, AIDS? I don't know.
Will Julia?
Yeah, I don't know what he had.
I'm sure it was cancer he died of.
Yeah, probably. I'm done. You know, obviously, rest in peace.
Yeah, fuck you, but rest in peace.
Fucking 20 plus years ago. I get it. It sucks. But I'm just saying, he's fucking ghosting, and he's still coming out and performing like a fucking G. And he's like, the director should have been like, and he was a first-time director, that Richard D'Souza guy or whatever. Like, he should have been like, listen, Van Damme, like, whilst you're coked to the gills, yeah, this guy's dying, and he's still pulling out fucking better performance than you are. So can we just fucking take this shit to the next level, please?
Oh,
and he's kind of like, oh, I don't know, and I'm too busy fucking Kylie Minogue.
Was he screwing Kylie Minogue?
Oh yeah, he was pounding that shit, man.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. He's giving Cammy the whammy, man. He was giving it to her.
Cammy the whammy.
Yeah,
oh
he's
my
giving
God.
Cammy the whammy.
Wow, that's a first. I did not know that.
Yeah, he was smashing it, man.
Jeez.
For sure. And like everyone, like, and because they shot it in Thailand, like, what was he doing? Was he wasn't fucking her? He was out fucking smashing prostitutes, man. Like, apparently the set was like rife with syphilis and shit because all the cast would fuck off out and start banging chicks, innit? They go out and like fucking brothels and stuff, and then come back. That's like the funny story behind the Street Fighter movie. Like,
That's so dark. The story behind making that film is better than the actual film.
Hence why the film fucking the whatever film of The Room that you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's why that film's got so much critical acclaim, is because the story behind the way that film got made is more interesting than the actual fucking movie.
Yeah. My God, I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's only recently that I found. Do you know that film JVCD? JCVD. Only through that I thought, wow, he really had a problem back in the early days.
And also he can act.
In that film, yeah. He's really good in that film. Yeah. I've always told when people tell me to what film should I watch, I said, watch JCVD. So really, that Joel Van Damme, yeah, watch it. It's good
film.
Yeah, I know. And I tell people, and they say, no, I'm not watching anything. It's going to be ridiculous.
Joel Van Damme's like my hero, though. Like, for me, like, he's one of my favorite.
I like Joel Van Damme.
I love Joel Van Damme.
That show that he's going to do on Amazon, I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Is it actually going to get made?
Yeah, it's in production. I think it starts in October or December.
Oh yeah, perfect. I love. Yeah, it's what's it called?
It's Joel Van something. It's the last that he changed.
Yeah, they changed the last name of it, didn't it? Yeah, I'm in. I love John Van Damme. Almost anything he's ever done, I've watched and gone, yeah, I love it. What I haven't, you know what? For years I kept off watching The Legionnaire.
Why?
Because he never fights anybody like martial arts in that movie. And then I watched it and I was like, oh no, wait, hold on, he's a good actor.
Yeah,
he's just fucking good acting. Yeah. But because I was like, Legionnaire, I kind of like, hey, well, because he was a Legionnaire in that film, and then he leaves the French Foreign Legion, and he's like basically Street Fighter. Yeah, because that's what that is. But I thought, he's fucking good films, man. Like, people rip him into it, but I'm like, dude, what's Double Impact? Do you know how hard it is to play yourself twice? Do you know how hard it is to punch yourself in the face and make it look believable? You know?
Do you know what? David from Alien Covenant did that. He punched himself in the face and put himself out of order.
That's fucking hard though, right? You know? And my man was doing it before it was a thing. So leave the dude alone, you know? It's a good fucking movie. Do you know what's really interesting? I was telling so it's just because I've just remembered they filmed a lot of that film in Hong Kong. So I found out, I don't know if you know this, but movies now, the reason you're seeing so much Chinese...
Yeah, because it's investment.
Sorry?
The Chinese investment. They invest a lot into the films.
No.
No? Okay.
Okay, so China have a rule, because they're a communist country, they have a rule that only like 30 foreign films can be shown in their country every year.
Oh, I did not know that.
So if you introduce a Chinese production company into your film, it no longer is a foreign film.
Hence the Wall that came out, is it this year, I think? And
take a big name actor, throw a bunch of big name Chinese people in there, put that shit out in fucking China. Guess what? You got a billion people gonna watch a movie. You're gonna make $1 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Warcraft. A lot of the
didn't work out for Warcraft though.
It did though.
It did.
Japan in China it made a shitload of money.
Yeah, but it's still not enough.
But its global domestic market made the money, right? So
Sure.
internationally, it made the money. So they'll turn around. They'll just go by numbers to the production company. Really interesting. I know it flopped in the States, but guess where it made all the money?
Yeah.
Internationally, it made triple its budget.
Yeah.
Make green light a second movie, please. And they'll go, yeah, cool, fine, fair dues. Because it made the money, right? So, and I only thought about this now. It's only because I'm like, oh yeah, fucking Double Impact was filmed in Hong Kong. And then last night I was telling my mum, she came around my house and I was showing her a clip of the Avengers film. I think it wasn't the Avengers film. Whichever one is filmed in Hong Kong, Age of Ultron. Yeah, it was Age of Ultron. There's films of it filmed in China.
Okay.
When Captain America's fighting against Ultron on the truck.
You're right.
China,
yeah, you're right.
And I was like, why was that filmed in China? For no other reason but the fact that it's filmed in China with a Chinese production company, sell it in China.
Yeah.
Because then no longer it's a foreign film, so they can send it over to make more fucking money. Which makes you question, how much of Avengers budget was domestic? In comparison, how much of the billion, right? I'm sure that somebody's figured it out. But it's just interesting when you're like, because I've noticed that about a lot of films I've been watching recently. They all seem to have a Chinese company attached to them for no other reason. And I go, why is this Chinese company attached to this? And then I looked into it, and I was like,
Mission Impossible film had that as well.
Yeah, why? Why is it filmed? Why is it set? Because it's set in somewhere in China, right? One of them is
not the last one, but
Rogue Nation was the last one, right?
Yeah.
But
watch that again. But I don't.
But why are they? Why is it certain? Why are they filming scenes in China? There's no real reason for Transformers to be filmed in parts of China, is there?
Nope.
But it is, because it attracts that domestic market. So, and all of a sudden, once you have that, that's where the fucking money comes from.
Yeah. I mean, it's an incestuous industry. Okay, where's the money? It's there. Boom.
But all of a sudden, though, it's just started. Have you noticed? It's just gone like from zero, from like very small Chinese companies being involved, to them being like, they probably don't do any fucking work on that film. They just, listen, you're just here for the fact that we need... So we're just going to pay you X amount.
So we've got one guy standing around representing this.
We got Lo Wang over here, and Shen Wei, and they're going to... And fucking Dim Sum. And they're gonna make leaflets. You're the production team.
I'm gonna look deeper into that and have a discussion about it on the show.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to
No, it is, because it's if that's the way to break that that rule, then
here's
an
example, right? Think about Star Wars.
Right.
Think about the way that film was edited. The way that film was, the way the trailers were edited for Donnie Yen to show a lot more of Donnie Yen.
Right. Gotcha.
So what they did was they got a Chinese production team to be somehow involved, or maybe they didn't. Maybe they're one of the 30 films that they allow in that year, because maybe they have Donnie Yen, and so they're like, we have Donnie Yen.
Yeah, so
we'll heavily edit our trailers
to get that film.
Yeah.
Okay, well this film's going in
because it's fucking Donnie Yen, and he's a national treasure to us. So we're gonna let that film in. But then they heavily edit the trailers to make Donnie Yen look a lot more prominent in the film than he actually is, to attract the audience. And all they really need is your one-time buy. So you get fucked. Even if you got like 600 million people to come in, and each one of them bought a ticket, you've just made $600 million. Yeah. Even if all of them hated the film, it doesn't matter. You just made $600 million.
Yeah. I guess that's where the Transformers films are going.
That's it. They just get you for the one time, because how many people go watch a film twice in the cinema in, like, Mom Pop, Oklahoma? Mm-hmm. No, they watch it once, they talk about it around the water cooler at work, and then they go along with their fucking day. Mm-hmm. And then they might buy it when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray. But you and I will go watch it a few times, right? So you'll if it's good, you'll get money out of me a few more times. Yeah, yeah. But that percentage of people that will rewatch a movie in the cinema as opposed to the percentage that go once is the disparage is extremely different.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find out more about it and revisit that question again. Yeah. But that's a fascinating conversation there to be had.
Maybe for us, but people listening are like, "Oh, fine, I don't know."
No, you'll be surprised what film fans love to hear. The inner workings of things.
I mean, I will absolutely be open to anybody correcting my shit. If you think if I've said anything incorrectly, or maybe I'm talking out my ass, or my facts are incorrect, then by all means, please correct me. I'm always open to have that corrected. But I'm pretty sure that's the way it's going down at the moment, which is why you're seeing a huge resurgence of the way films are edited. Mm-hmm. And because even like, Alien Covenant, the edit of that is very different in China than the edit is over here, because of the way their laws are set up. So I'm really interested in. I would love to see the edit that they have, and be like, hey, because apparently it's better because it cuts out a lot of the fat.
That's interesting. I just from hearing this, I need to dive into it and figure the ins and outs of when this started to happen and to where it is now. I mean, because when I saw Matt Damon, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah, exactly. So here's another one. I think for me it started when John Cusack made that fucking movie. He made a film where he was like an emperor or some shit. It came out like 2 years ago. Hold on, where's my phone? Check this shit. John Cusack made a film, and I was like, huh? The fuck is that about? Why is that? Why does he make? What? Hold on. I was like, Gross Point Blank in fucking China? John Cusack. Hold on, let me bring this up. Oh, your Wi-Fi's being shit.
Because it's downstairs. Just
Right, John Cusack. Okay, let's bring up your filmography, sir.
So,
Dragon Blade. He did a film called Dragon Blade, where every other person apart from him and Adrian Brody, fucking Jackie Chan's in it.
Yeah.
Like,
looking at the poster now, and it's got Jackie Chan right in centre front. You've got John Cusack on the far right, and Adrian Brody,
of all people,
on the left. Yeah, on the left.
What I like to call him, the penis. But like, the other largest market like that's going to be Bollywood, and that's what they're starting to do now as well. They're taking Bollywood actors and they're bringing them into movies. Look at
happened in that Mission Impossible film,
mate. Happened in Baywatch.
What?
Yeah, Priyanka Chopra, whatever her fucking name is.
Okay, I never saw Baywatch.
The new, but I liked it. A lot of people hated on that shit. I was fucking hilarious.
Okay.
But I think I like The Rock. So
I like The Rock as well, but I wasn't going to go see it.
Priyanka Chopra, yeah. Priyanka Chopra plays a character called, brace yourself, Victoria Leeds. There is no other reason to bring her into this movie except for the fact that she brings a large domestic market with her. It's the only reason.
Yeah, that's so true. That's
right?
absolutely true.
So if the character's called Victoria Leeds, I'm telling you, it was not written for Priyanka Chopra, but they brought her in. I'm just fucking laying it out. If anybody wants to correct me, I'm down with it.
No, I'm just saying that sounds sinister enough for it to be true.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there. My belief is that they brought her in because she brings a fucking market. She brings a market with her. So maybe Baywatch didn't make money in the UK and the US, but guess where it made money? Maybe India. I don't know. Maybe it's something to look into. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I
don't know. I'm just gonna speculate this shit up and leave.
I'm just putting it out there. Nugget. You guys take it in, chew on it, put it in some Szechuan sauce. You decide what you want to do.
Okay. Well, I want to go into a conversation that you probably don't want to have.
Okay.
So everyone last week was losing their juices about Colin Trevorrow being fired off Star Wars. Or he wasn't fired; they both went their own
This
ways.
is the director who left, right?
Yeah. He's the guy who did Jurassic World.
Yeah.
And before that, he did a time travel film, and he just.
He produced the film called Safety Not Guaranteed.
You need to see this film called The Book of Henry. That film is brilliant.
Okay,
and that's the film he got trashed for. It came out this year. That's another film that he did, Colin Trevorrow, and because the film, it plays with narrative a little bit, and it's just a different film. And people are always asking for original films, and the guy gave you an original film, and everyone panned it. I think in 10 years' time, that film's gonna. People are gonna look back at that film just like when Alien came out. When a lot of films that have.
I've got it here.
Okay. Yeah.
I've just screenshot. I'm gonna put it on my list. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, watch it. I really want to know what you think about it because it takes a fascinating twist at a point. You'll go. I wouldn't say it's as deep as how From Dusk Till Dawn went, but it's on that level.
Well, the thing is, mate, a lot of people were telling me, like, I'm just going to harken this back to Hunt for the Wilder People. A lot of people were like, you should watch this movie, it's a good film. The cover never attracted me. I wasn't really interested in Sam Neill, because, I mean, the last film I saw Sam Neill in was Event Horizon. I mean, it was good. Last film I saw him in.
Wow.
I'm not saying that I haven't seen it, that Sam Neill hasn't been actively
Hunt for
making
October?
movies. Sorry?
Hunt for Red October?
I said the last film I saw him.
Oh, okay.
As in, like, I may have seen Hunt for Red October, but the last film that I watched with Sam Neill in it was Event Horizon. And the thing is, I've owned that film for a while, so I rewatch it occasionally because it's a good fucking movie. Yeah. So maybe that was the last film that I watched him in. So I was like, I haven't heard from Sam Neill in ages. Had no real interest in watching the film. Watched it. One of my favourite films of all time. So, and that's like up there. That's on the list. So, yeah, absolutely. I'll give it a go. If you're saying it's a good film.
He's in Thor as well. This next Thor film coming up.
Dude, I saw the trailer. I rewatched the trailer for that again yesterday. Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were going to. I was going to be controversial again.
Oh no, dude! I just when he's like Thor and when Hulk's like Thor and Hulk are the same. Yeah. But you know, Thor like Hulk like fire, Thor like water, and he's like, oh, well, no, I think we're both the same. I like fire. He goes, yeah, but Hulk like. Raging fire.
Yeah,
Thor like smouldering fire, and then it just shows the Hulk like fucking
just
jumping against that fire thing. I was like, oh my god, this film looks so good. Yeah. And the amazing thing about that is same director as Hunt for the Wilder People.
I know. Yeah,
Taika Waititi. Yeah. Yeah, we get it.
I just bollocksed his name in like.
It's okay. I'm sure you're not the only one. They'll say, "Oh, you that guy."
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, but he's a very good director.
Yeah, have you seen What They Do in the Shadows?
Yeah, I love that film.
That's brilliant.
I've seen all his films. That film, What We Do in the Shadows, that was the first one I watched.
Oh right.
Somebody said you should watch this.
It's great.
Exactly what you just said about this film.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And it was on Netflix, and I was like, perfect, even better. Then I was like, oh. This is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's odd, man. It
is odd. Yeah, it's for people who don't know. It's a mockumentary done from a vampire's perspective.
That's so original.
And he lives in a flat share, in a house share with other vampires, who were like thousands of years old, and they moan about the plates not being washed for 300 years, stuff like that. And if they're gonna kill somebody, could you please put like paper down so you don't ruin the furniture and stuff like it's a fucking hilarious film. It's so well done.
That's a recommendation. Go watch that film.
Fucking Leo's stamp of approval, man. Go watch that movie.
It's brilliant. It's freaking brilliant. Moving on because I'm going to shut this thing down in the next 5 minutes. So the one other thing I wanted to talk to you about was second, there's a film called American Assassin coming out.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, I saw the trailer for it. Yeah, looks like it's down. I'm down with that. It kind of reminds me of that whole American Ultra thing.
I never saw American Ultra, but that's got Jesse Eisenberg in it, right?
Yeah, like the whole but it's based on that MK Ultra thing. When they would say they would be like code words.
Oh, right, okay. I think I know what you mean.
It's basically the fucking plot to Civil War. You remember when they, like, Russian soldiers had code words?
Oh,
that could turn them?
right.
Americans had that. They called it the MK Ultra project.
Okay.
Do you know there was a project called Project Star Wars? Project Stargate?
No.
Yeah, Project Stargate. It was psychic testing during World War II to test to see if people had extrasensory perception.
Is that like the same thing Men Stare at Goats?
Yeah. Okay. That's it. Yeah, that's the thing. Project Stargate.
Okay. That's.
I've never seen Men Stare at Goats, but I understand the reference because I know the book. What the book's about.
Yeah.
And that they used to kill goats with their minds.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's the CIA. Yeah, it's called Project Stargate.
Jesus Christ, man! It's so wacky. It's crazy.
Can I just say, you see on there, you see 47 meters down.
Yeah.
Dude, that film is so good.
Yeah, I've been hearing that from a lot of people.
Oh my god! Me and Neil watched it.
Yeah.
And right after we did our podcast, we watched 47 meters down. Man, I was on the edge of my seat. I was fucking impressed. For a film that essentially takes place in a cage under the 47 meters down in the water, it's good. And I was like, I don't know about Mandy Moore.
What's wrong with Mandy Moore?
Nothing. She's fucking beautiful.
That's what I said.
I'm not too keen on her acting chops. She's good in that show This Is Us.
She'll grow into it, man.
I think it's called This Is Us. But it's a fucking good movie, man. Okay. I don't understand why it's gonna get a sequel, because like if you said to me, if I just saw a bunch of white people fall in a cage in the water and then they're stuck underneath with sharks,
they're dead.
Guess what I'm not doing. Like, they're like, okay, so who's next? I'm like, you ain't getting a sequel, mate, because I ain't doing it. So, and because that's inherently, like, I'm sorry for being racist, but I'm gonna be racist. That's inherently some white people shit right there. You ain't gonna catch a brown person swimming with sharks, bro. It's just not. If somebody was like, hey Joe, so jump in this cage, it's kind of like pseudo safe, not too sure, but jump in this cage, go, and we've chummed the waters, illegal by the way, but we've chummed the waters, so these massive great white sharks are going to swing around you. You gonna jump in?
I want to see a film where it's like that, but with black people.
No, but answer my question, would you do it?
No.
Yeah, exactly. No. You know why? Because you're not a fucking moron. That's why. But you know, like, white folk, right? They're like, yeah, I'll fucking do that shit. I'll jump out of planes. I'll bungee jump. Like, no. I'll get on a roller coaster.
That might say it's called Darwinism.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, listen, if you're not in that animal's natural food chain, don't jump into that animal's natural food chain. Okay, that's not a good idea. Guess what? He's a shark. You're not made for water. He is. Yeah. The difference is, in 20 million years, the shark has never had to evolve. Yeah. Why? Because it's essentially the perfect killing machine. Yeah.
That's what Archer says as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Do you watch Archer?
I know, but I haven't watched it so long. I think I stopped in like season 3. I haven't gone around.
Keep watching it because it changes narratives. They're not an agency anymore. They're something else now.
Okay. Right.
But the same, not the exact same thing, but it's a. Someone's asking, why don't you do that? Because the shark hasn't evolved in how many years? It's the perfect killing machine. And he says it about alligators as well.
It's true. Yeah. It's true though. It's like they literally, like, understand this. You know, if you keep using your muscles, they get stronger, right? Yeah. If you stop, they atrophy. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Right. Sharks, which is basically one giant fucking fish muscle, they can't stop moving. Yeah, they don't stop moving. Even when they sleep, those things are fucking moving. Yeah. Okay, and then they just swim around. And all they do is just, they can smell a blood drop from a fucking 8 miles away. Are you out of your fucking mind? You think a piece of steel is going to stop this fucking shark from getting to you? He's hungry, and you teased him as well. It's like someone took a steak and put it past my nose, but didn't let me have some. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, and then you're going to put the fucking steak in front of me behind a fucking glass pane. You think that glass is going to stop me if I'm hungry? No. And I have empathy and I understand shit in the world. He's a shark. He has one driven point. Eat shit, survive. That's it. Yeah.
Again, just if no one has seen Jaws, that film is not about mistreating sharks. It's about, hey, don't fuck with these things in the water because they'll eat you.
Or just watch The Shallows. Same thing. You're intruding on a fucking animal's meal, right? Guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna eat you. You're in the fucking way. Yeah. Like, it's a bit we don't understand. People are like, oh, I'm just gonna, like, fucking James Cameron. What a dickhead. Sometimes he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking take this machine and go right down to the bottom of the ocean. Dickhead, you're not supposed to be there. Okay, that's why the machine's about to break, because you're not supposed to be there. Right? Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
He loves doing that.
Yeah, I understand. But what I'm saying is, that's how he dies. It's not going to be like, oh, he got killed by a car. That would be the funniest thing, innit? If he died from like a cold, like pneumonia. like, oh, he got influenza, nobody was there to treat him, he died. I was like, that's the funny thing.
That's
is
irony.
He done all this fucking daredevil shit and he dies because of the cold.
Oh my
but like... That's yeah. Anyway, the point is, it's getting a sequel. I don't understand why it's getting a sequel, because that's some dumb shit right there. If
hey man, if it bleeds, they can make money out of it.
I wouldn't even like. I have this. The thing is, I have this inherent fear of open water. Mm-hmm. Like if not inherent fear, but like if you just put me in the ocean, like without a shore or nothing that I can touch. And I can't see the floor. Like, I'll go snorkeling and shit, and that's cool. But if you're like, I'll go scuba dive, we don't know where the floor is. Mm-hmm. I don't want that shit. Are you fucking crazy? No. It's the same way as like astronauts and people are like, I'd love to go to space. Like, no. Why do you want to go to space for? Oh, because I want to. What? You want to stare into infinity? No, thank you. Like, I'm literally staring as far as anything can ever see ever, and everything I'm looking at is dead.
Well, what if it's to get to another planet to do what?
Colonize Mars? That would suck so much.
Sure, but at least you're doing something.
No, you're not. You're doing shit. You're doing nothing. You're gardening. Have you seen The Martian? That's what you're doing.
Sure, you're still doing something. Going into space.
You can't have sex on Mars. You know that, right? Because there's no birth control. So you have to sterilize yourself, right? Or you can't have sex. Where are you going to put the cum? Where are you going to put the tissues?
Interesting. I never thought of it.
These are my questions you got to ask yourself. Like, no. But hold on. We have an infrastructure on this planet that exists, right? Mm-hmm. Where like you throw trash away, you can fire and forget, right? Yeah. It's like you can. That's like fucking a hoe, innit? You ejac and evac, you're done.
Yeah.
And it's the same way. Like you can, like, obviously you don't do this, but you could like.
Or a guy.
Yeah, or a guy, whatever. But you could take a piece of paper, eat a chocolate bar, take that wrapper and throw it on the floor. Don't do that, but you can do that. And it's a fire and forget system. You won't see that wrapper again. Yeah. Chances are it'll get swooped up by some sort of machine and gets taken away, or it floats into the ether. But it will take 10,000 years to decompose, right?
Yeah.
Okay. On Mars, if this me, you, and 5 other people, guess who dropped the wrapper? One of us has dropped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't blame it on some unnamed other person. There's not enough people here for me to the community's too small, right?
Yeah.
And also, what are you gonna do with it? You're just gonna start littering? You can start throwing shit on Mars?
Don't make a good comedy, man.
But you see, you're just another piece of shit. Like, you're immediately taking your bad habits from your old planet that fucked your old planet. Like, imagine like the first dude who littered it, but like, listen, we just fucking came from this blue one over here, and now we're on the red one, and you want to fucking do the same thing?
Hey, it's like Agent Smith said, we're a virus.
Yeah, absolutely. But to the point is, fuck going to Mars. Like, it's been boring as shit. Because either they sterilize you, like, here's the weird thing, right, that people have. Like, imagine you ran into aliens.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
And they're going to be like, what the fuck are you doing here? We saw what you're doing over there. Get off. Go away. You can't get back.
Well, sure. Okay, I see what you mean, but...
Like, if I was an alien, I wouldn't want us here.
Sure.
Because we suck.
But it depends...
As a species, we suck. Like, we haven't reached that place yet as a species.
We're uncivilized.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the sense... In the manner that...
Look, if you want to know what humanity is really like right now, go to Venezuela right now. Because people are starving, right? They're going into the zoo and they're killing animals. Like, all of a sudden, a monkey's in your food chain. You know why? Because you can't eat anything else.
Sorry, I'm just losing my shit, man.
It's the truth. It's the truth. People are going into the zoo to kill animals.
Hey, Bubbles, you look mighty good tonight. I'm going to eat you. Man.
That's it. But think about the inherent, like, that's like one step below cannibalism. Because monkeys are like only a few DNA strands separated from humans.
Okay, I've eaten all the monkeys.
Yeah, what's next, right?
Bob, you looking mighty tasty.
We'll start fucking eating each other. Well, maybe Bob, it'd be Pedro because it's Venezuela.
Pedro, you're looking mighty tasty.
Why is Pedro Romanian?
But you've got Romanian out of that accent.
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
Okay.
But the point is that we as humans, we suck. We're shitty fucking parasites, yeah? And then we're going to go to Mars and fuck that planet up too. We deserve to die. That's what we deserve to happen. We deserve to be wiped off the face of the planet. We're a fucking cancer.
Maybe everyone else.
No. No, I think you have horrible traits just as I do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That collectively come part of the human species. It's like, if you don't cut all the cancer out, guess what happens? It makes more. If me and you stayed and a few women, like there's a small community of us, we're going to grow again.
Yeah.
All you need is like 23 people, and then you can regrow a fucking population again.
How in the Matrix Revelation? No, it's Reload. Was it Reloaded? Okay, so in Reloaded, they said, okay, we'll give you 23.
This
is 23 women. How many men were there in that?
No,
list?
I think it's 23 in total.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you think it would be different races?
What do you mean?
I mean, would the machines give you different races of people so they could?
Yeah.
But why do that?
I mean,
if you're just going to do the same thing in 100 years, why do
the interesting thing is the architect's white.
No, he
also...
projected himself as an old white man, which is a
archetype. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, some people think that so here's one theory that is kind of interesting, is that he never left the Matrix at all.
Really?
Yeah. So we're doing this. I know we wanted to close this podcast off, but we're fucking doing it. Okay.
Yeah, do it, man.
So the Matrix is okay. So do you remember when the architect past all the ergos and the vis-a-vis, right? Mm-hmm. Do you remember when the architect says to Neo, the first Matrix we created was rejected?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't the architect. It was Agent Smith in the first one.
Yes, yeah.
Says the first Matrix, because it was too perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, because, and then the architect then reiterates that we've done this loads of times before, we've destroyed the design loads of times before. It's because the Matrix, that's why Neo can do Neo shit outside of the Matrix, because he's still in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Because Neo never left the Matrix. Nobody left the Matrix. The Zion and the choice of the pill only exists for those 1% of people that rejected the Matrix, which is why they would give people the choice. But it's not really a choice, because they would just put them in this other part where they could still access the Matrix and have this whole thing, which is why the architect says, we've destroyed Zion before, we'll destroy Zion again. We constantly destroy
crazy.
it. Yeah.
You just give me a whole new spin on that film. I know.
20 plus years later, you're welcome. Yeah, it's true.
Wow, 15. But
there you go.
But that's crazy.
Yeah. Because so like it all boils down to, why can Neo do Neo shit when he shouldn't be able to do Neo shit?
Yeah.
If he's out of the real world.
Yeah.
Because everything you're looking at is like, even the fact that humans are a battery is a flawed concept. They don't give out scientifically, human beings don't give out enough voltage to sustain what they want.
Well, they had a shitload of them.
Doesn't matter.
Together.
It takes more energy to keep a human alive than they would give out. They don't give out that much. Potato is probably better. That's a fact. A potato is probably better. Sure,
but if you're going by an interesting concept, because we blacked out the sky, so they had to. Okay, well, we're just gonna use you guys.
I don't think so. I think they would have been better. They could have harvested. They would have been better off using us as slaves, because what's electricity made out of?
Who's to say that they didn't?
You make electricity out of coal.
Who's to say that they didn't? And the rest of us, okay, well, it's easiest to keep an eye on you in this.
But electricity is made by burning coal.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's one way of doing it.
Okay,
anyway.
but that's the most majority. The majority of the way electricity
old school
is made,
way. Yeah.
Is by burning coal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're better off having us mine than using us as batteries. Okay. Like the whole process that's involved that's all there for Neo and everybody else who rejected what the Matrix was.
Right.
That's all that is.
That's brilliant. That's a picture within a picture.
Yeah, that's literally what that is, because they had to create something, which is why the first perfect Matrix, people rejected it. It's because inherently human.
I have a whole new respect for the last two films.
Yeah.
I like the second film, but the last one was lost on me.
Yeah.
But I have a new respect for it now, and I know how they can do more.
And that's why Neo's not even the one.
Yeah, I mean, they even state that in the film.
Yeah, it's
he even
Agent
states
Smith.
that.
Agent Smith is the one.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, he you see when Neo figures it out.
Yeah.
Ah, right, gotcha.
He's just there to he's there as the narrative because that's the narrative of that Matrix because they can reload it, start again, and destroy Zion, just like the architect said. We've destroyed it 7 times before. We'll destroy it again just like we've done. Mm-hmm. Because it's just part of the story.
And you can't beat AI.
And you can't. But that's what that is, yeah. You're welcome.
Oh my god, I'm gonna watch that film again with...
Yeah. When you watch it under the guise of like, hold on a minute, this is all fake.
I never got that because I understood that. Oh, okay, he can do magic outside.
Yeah, but then no one ever explained it.
No,
but it did. But you just didn't notice it.
It always left a twinge in the back of my head. What's that about? But just getting over what everyone thinks that the architect speech is bullshit. But I said no, it's one of the most prominent parts of the second film
because he tells you everything there. He tells you that the Matrix is fake. The world you live in is fake. The idea of your choices, when he told him you have 2 choices, but neither of them make a difference anyway. Mm-hmm. Because it's true, none of them make a difference because they're gonna destroy it anyway. Zion, you can go save Trinity, but Zion's still gonna get destroyed.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's the kind of world we're living in right now. But I have to watch those films again. Yeah, that's Jesus Christ. If people knew this, they would have a different response to those films now. That's giving me a complete different light on the film.
Yeah, once you have that outlook, you'll respect it a lot more.
Because out of everyone who says the Matrix trilogy is rubbish, I really like the Matrix trilogy. Yeah. But I always found that the ending was very ambiguous and it's very unclear. But now, after saying that, the penny just dropped with me. Right, Neo's not actually dead. Yeah, it's
because Neo never left the Matrix.
Yeah, and so it's
you can understand why people would argue that point. Like, well, when they pull the plug, they die. Yeah. Well, but your body, like a placebo effect, your body. If it thinks it's dead, it's dead. If you tell somebody you're gonna die if you do this, then your brain's gonna think you're gonna die. Yeah. So if you think you've been unplugged from the Matrix, but you're not actually been unplugged, but your brain thinks you have, you're gonna die. Brain's gonna shut off.
That's an amazing revelation, man. And right there, I'm gonna end it. Okay. I'm gonna end it there, man. Cool. But yeah, that was awesome, man. Dude, where can we find you?
What's the Damage Podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and your Facebook, What's the Damage Podcast, and that's it. That's where you'll find me.
Awesome. And you can find this podcast on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, wherever else I've got it. But yeah, subscribe, listen, do whatever is necessary to keep it kind of relevant, semi-relevant, whatever, or not.
And comment. Feel free to question our shit, and we always love a good narrative as long as you're not rude. And if you are rude, I'll find out where you fucking live, and it'll be the end scene of Jay Silent Bob Strike Back. I'll come and hunt you down.
I love the end of that film because that's exactly what those characters would do.
How many people want to kick some ass? All right, folks. See you later.
Okay, this has been the Zedos Gang Podcast, and we're out.